Hello class, welcome to Big Bang Data Science Solutions, the week number 8. This is the 8th week of the 15-week free training program in data science and artificial intelligence with collaboration with few Moroccan universities. In week number 6 and 7, we had an extensive experience. We learned extensive skills and techniques, of course, to a minimum extent, on how to prepare, pre-process, and make your data ready for analysis. So we got raw data. We started with understanding the problem that we've been hired to fix. Then we moved into understanding the data that was given to us to fix the problem. And through our understanding of the data, we discovered a lot of discrepancies, a lot of problems, contradictions, inconsistencies, and missing values, outliers, or a lot of data quality issues. So we spent week number 6 and week number 7 in preparing, pre-processing that data. Now the data is ready, and we need to feed it into a machine learning in order to learn a pattern that we can use to model the future. Okay, so today we are going to move into machine learning. And unfortunately, we are going to learn in this program, we are going to learn one type of machine learning, and that is supervised learning, where we have a target variable that is a discrete, quantity discrete option. So today we are going to have an introduction to what is machine learning, how this machine learning it works. We are going to learn about the elements of machine learning, what is machine learning, how does machine learning learn, how does machine learning generalize, how does machine learning use to extract some meaningful learning that we can use to make a better decisions for whatever business you are working for. And next week, this week we are going to learn, introduction to machine learning. And tomorrow we are going to learn our first model, and that is decision tree. And of course, we are going to use Python. And next week is the 9th week. We are going to learn 2 more models. And the following week, it is going to be our last week. So we are going to learn how to implement a model into production. And after that, you are going to have 3 weeks for those who are interested in a certificate, are interested in the in certificate. They have to pay just a minimum $20 just to cover the certificate cost, and also they need to do you are going to be tested on everything we covered so far, and you are going to have a project. So a project will be assigned to you. It's very basic project, but it's a very tough project. It does require a lot of thinking, a lot of strategic planning before implementation. So that is the plan. Again, please reach out to me if you need any help. If you want a one-to-one session, I will be more than happy to spare more time to assist you further with whatever you needed. Okay, so that is the plan for today and tomorrow, and now we are going to jump into the lecture. So you are still being hired as data scientist, and your job or our job is to help this our insurance company deal or put the problem they are struggling with, the problem they are being challenged with, and that is the fraudulent cases. So we are going to do a recap, very quick recap of business understanding. Then we are going to do data understanding recap, data preparation, exploratory data analysis, then statistical analysis, and then we are going to move into machine learning. So data understanding, a data preparation, that is the second phase that if you were to implement the CRESP DM. But before that, no, you need always to go back and start from the very basic, or from the foundation, and that is understanding exactly what is being required from you to fix as data scientist. So we have been hired as data scientists, and we are working for this R insurance company. And the problem with this R insurance is they are losing a lot of money. They are losing money regardless if it's too much or too little. It's still money loss because of fraudulent. So what they do manually is they established an investigation team. And this investigation team, they have limited resources, limited capacity, capabilities to handle all claims. So they don't have full resources to investigate every single claim before they proceed to either approve it or deny it. So they have the capacity to randomly investigate up to 30% of the claims. So if you have 100 claims a day, they are only able to investigate 30%, that is 30 claims. If you have 1,000, 300. If you have, sometimes you are going to get 3. If you have, if you are a big company, insurance company that operates over many states, of course you are going to get a lot of claims, and every day, every hour, every week, every month. So we are being challenged with this task, and that is helping this company fix the problem of fraudulent. And of course, that is the beauty of data science, is once you understand how to conduct an analytical project from the concept all the way to completion, you can apply it to any industry if you have the same characteristic. You have the data, and the data have the same characteristic as this problem. So we spent the first few weeks understanding the problem. So we learned about the objectives, we learned about the framing of problem, the feasibility of a problem, we learned about the measurement, we learned about the target variable, we learned about the analytical approach, how to identify deployment plan, if any. We learned about the procedures, project plan. We learned about how to establish an analytical team, and also how to establish a strong relationship with stakeholders. And of course, sometimes if you don't have a data, you don't know what the data to expect, you can always scratch out or brainstorm what you think you are going to need as data is concerned, based on what you learned or what you understood from the business problem. So now we are going to take the ABT, analytical base table, and we are going to transform it into features. And so now we got ABT transform into features. Then we are going to collect data, assuming that the data has been, we have a data and it's been scattered over many resources. Then depends on the tools that we will be using for our analysis, if it's R or Python, or simply some BI tools like Power BI, like Tableau, or some predicting tools like Successful Enterprise Miner, BigML, Rapid Miner. So some of the tools you need to set it up before you start reading the data. In our case, Python. So we need to import some libraries. Then we need to read the data, and this data is a raw data. Raw data means garbage, regardless of how good or how bad that data is. And then we are going to spend time manipulating, exploring, discovering, visualizing, applying some statistical analysis to help us understand how good or how bad the data that we have at hand is for analysis. So at the end of this exercise, we should have a report describing everything, anything that we learned about the data in terms of the quality of the data. So this is going to be this report. It is going to be our roadmap for the third phase. Is going to be a roadmap for the third phase, which is data preparation. Okay. So in data preparation, sorry guys, I need to I forgot to close my WhatsApp. My apologies. Okay, so yes, this quality report is what we are going to use for the as a roadmap to prepare and pre-process. So in data preparation, we have to fix anything that we learn in regards to our data quality. We need to fix the target variable if it's not balanced or if it's not normally distributed. We need to deal with duplicates, redundant. We need to deal with missing values. We need to learn how to deal with outliers, high cardinal data, how to convert categorical into numeric, how to transform numerical data, how to normalize, factorize, binarize, standardize data correlation, how to aggregate to reduce some dimensionality of your data, how to decompose your data into its elements, especially if it's time series data, and of course, I highlight this in red, how to feature engineer, feature select your data. At the end of the day, we are going to have a better version that we are going to use for the analysis. So now we got ready to go version, and that is going to be our what we are going to use into machine learning. So far, any question, any concern, please? Any questions, any concerns, please? سؤال، هل من سؤال، توضيح، سواء بالعربي سواء بالإنجليزي. I don't have a problem. Guys, you need to say something.
It's okay.
I want to hear it from everyone. Guys, are you guys okay? Are you fine? Are you clear? Can we proceed? You guys have any question, any concern, any doubt, anything that you want to clear out? I'm here to help you before we proceed.
No, no question, clear.
Thank you, guys. So now we are going to use the data that we compiled, we prepared, to feed into machine learning. So maybe the question that comes to your mind is, what is machine learning? I'm going to skip all of them, a few of the slides. So machine learning. So machine learning, of course, machine learning, it has been, has been in place since the late 50s, maybe early 50s of last century. Machine learning is not something that is new. There's always machine learning, but this machine learning and data science in general, they got a lot of light, a lot of focus around 2011, 12, 13, especially after one article comes out, and that was data science is the sexiest job of the 21st century. So after the article went viral, so everybody started learning about data science, learning about machine learning, learning about all technologies around it. So what is machine learning? So machine learning is simply a child, and I will explain that in Arabic too. So this child is, as at this early age, kids or children, they explore anything around surrounding them. في الصغر الدري ولا بنيتها ولا بني الصغير كيحاولوا يكتشفوا داك المحيط ديالهم، ما كيهمهمش الا كان اوبجيكت سخون ولا بارد ولا يعني شارب يعني ماضي يعني ولا ثقيل ولا صغير ولا يعني مسموم ولا they don't care. اي حاجه كيلقاوها كيديرها فمو، كيدير الدهنه كيدير ديالها. that is children. This is how kids they learn. إلا ما خليت if they don't explore the environment they are not gonna learn. هاد الدري هذا شاف واحد الشميعة ولا هاد البنيته شاف واحد الشميعة يعني شعلة ماماها ولا باباها يعني في الكورنر ديال room. And of course kids they don't know if it's candle, they don't know، ما عارفينش واش الشمعة، ما عارفينش واش العافية، ما عارفينش شنو هي العافية أصلا، وما عارفينش واش العافية خطيرة ولا they don't really care. And that is how they learn. إلا كان علاش دابا الدري الصغير كيتعلم اللغة أفضل من إلا جبتي مثلا الأمريكان، جبتي الدري عنده 5 سنين وجبتي الأب ديالو عنده 30 سنة، الدري غيتعلم الإنجليزية بالأكسنت ديال النقالزة ديال الأمريكانز better than the father. علاش؟ لأن الدري الصغير ما عندوش داك الخوف باش باش يتعلم. الأب تقدر مثلا يخاف باش يهضر بالإنجليزية، يخاف يضحكوا عليه، يخاف بزاف د الحوايج، أما الدري الصغير they learn openly. And that is what exactly happened to with my kids. أنا فاش جبت بنتي من المغرب ما عرفاش الإنجليزية، وكنت أنا كنضحك عليها بنتي this is why you say it، وفي التالي دابا نيت وهي correct هي كتصح لي كتقول لي يا بابا this is how you say it. هذه هي الطريقة باش كيقولوها الناس، ماشي what your accent is nowhere. So kids they learn by exploring the environment. So هاد الدري هذا يعني شاف واحد الشميعة وقرب ليها ويدير يدو ويتحرك، and he put his finger on the flame and ouch he got burned. هاد الدري هذا غيتعلم من هاد الحادثة هذه، من هاد الانسيدنت غيتعلم واحد من جوج حوايج. So this child could learn one out of these two things. Number one, he could learn the object. Number two, he could learn pattern. غير ما غادي يتعلم غادي يعقل على الحجم ديال الشمعة ولا ديك البيوض ديالها، يعني غادي يعقل على الاوبجكت، ولا غادي يتعلم بان اي حاجة حمراء واي حاجة فيها منورة راه كتحرق. اوكي سو الدري غيتعلم واحد من جوج الحوايج، يقدر يتعلمهم بجوج لكن يتعلم واحد من جوج الحوايج، غير ما كيتعلم داك الاوبجيكت اللي يمس وحرقوه ولا جرحوه ولا ألمو، ولا كيتعلم بان الالم راه كيجي من الاوبجيكت الا كان سخون الا كان بارد الا كان كذا وكذا. So the same child had the same child لغد ليه بقى كيتحرك في الكيتشن يعني في الكيتشن وشوف شاف هاد كتسمى ستوف توب. شاف هذه وشافها حمراء. يعني in your opinion what would this child do؟ واش غادي يقرب ليها ولا ما
He will
يقرب
touch
ليها؟
it. He will touch it.
Who's talking? Kodar, sorry. Kodar, why did you say is gonna touch it?
Because it's not the same as the candle. The candle has the flame, and this one is the plate. That's why he will get to it. It's the same thing.
Anyone else? Any other thought? واش الدري غادي اشنو غادي يدير الدري؟ يعني الدري راه غادي يقرب ليها. الدري they are gonna explore. I mean he's gonna explore the environment. ولكن اشنو غادي يدير في هذه الحالة هذه؟
He will not touch it because it's also red and bright as the candle.
Yeah, the two answers they are correct. The two answers are correct. لكن إلى الدري تعلم من الانسيدنت ديال البارح إلى عقل على الأوبجيكت راه غادي يمشي ليها، لأن هذه تختلف تماما عن الأوبجيكت ديال البارح. هذه لا تشبه الشمعة. إلى الدري عقل لينا على الأوبجيكت راه غادي يمس هذه. إلى الدري تعلم لينا من الأوبجيكت ديال البارح، الاسم ديال البارح تعلم لينا راه أي حاجة منورة وحمراء راه كتحرك راه مؤلمة، الدري ما غاديش يقرب ليها. Are you guys clear?
Yes.
And this is exactly machine learning. هذه هي machine learning. Machine learning كنعطيوها البيانات. Machine learning is nothing but a mathematical equation. هي عمليات رياضية معقدة أو سهلة. هي خوارزميات رياضية. هي مجموعة من الأوامر الرياضية اللي كتعامل مع البيانات بشكلها الرياضي. هاد البيانات هذا منين كان طعموها لهاد المشين ليرنين. المشين ليرنين تقدر تعلم لينا، تقدر تحفظ لينا ولا تميمورايز البيانات. It can memorize the data or it can learn the patterns from the data. إلى هاد المشين ليرنين remembered or memorized the data, when we are giving it a new data, it is not going to work. If the machine learning learned a pattern from the data, of course when we are feeding it a new data, the machine learning is going to do better. وهذا هو الفرق بين machine learning and programming. Programming كتقول لولدك وليد عافاك ما تمشيش ما تقربش لشي حاجة سخونة راه غادي تحرقك، ما تشربش هاد الماء راه سخون، وياك تقرب لهاد الدواء هذا راه غادي يقتلك، عندك تحل هادي وراه طاح عليك، عندك تمشي للزنقة ضربك شي طوموبيل، عندك دير هادي، عندك تلعب مع فلان. You are telling him or her do this not do that. والمشين ليرنين كتخلي ولدك هو اللي كيتعلم من راسو. كيخرج على برا كضربو طوموبيل غد لي ما عادش يخرج على برا. يعني just an example. So machine learning is a child learning by himself or by herself, and programming is you are telling the child what to do or not what to do. Okay? Clear?
Yeah.
لكن دابا غادي نسولكم سؤال. شنو غادي يوقع؟ شنو غادي يوقع إلى هاد الوليد هذا اللي تعلم your child learned from the incident that is anything that is bright and red is harmful. شنو غادي يوقع هذا إلى ولدك عنده البيرثداي ديالو، عنده عيد الميلاد وجبتي لي هذه.
He will be afraid from touching it.
Okay. Anyone؟ يعني ولدك تعلم بأن أي حاجة أي حاجة حمراء.
It will be a general rule for him.
He will be afraid of it.
He will be confused.
Yes. Then أشنو هو الدرس اللي استفدنا من هذه العملية هذه؟ What is the lesson learned from this experience?
Everything red hurt.
Yes. Everything should have afraid of it.
I know, but what is the lesson? أشنو هو الدرس؟
Learning is not complete. It's not perfect.
That is true. يعني هذا يعني.
That the red color is dangerous.
دابا الدري إلا تعلم لينا البارز من الشمعة غادي يخاف من كل أي حاجة اللي هي عندنا نفس البارن، سواء كانت خايبة سواء كانت زوينة. هذا يعني بأن machine learning they make mistakes. machine learning make mistake. يعني ما غاديش تطيق 100% أي حاجة كتعطيها لك المشين learning. Machine learning, it is going to learn, if machine learning learns, memorizes the object, it is not going to do well. يعني احنا بغينا شي machine learning اللي كتعلم لينا من البيانات، كتعلم the patterns، وكنهزو دوك البارنز اللي تعلماتهم لينا عاد كنحاولوا نستعملوهم للبارنز ديال غدا ديال المستقبل. So if machine learning learns patterns, we could use whatever this machine learning learns and apply it to tomorrow's data to generalize. إلى هذا المشين ليرنين تعلمات البيانات بالعكس of course البيانات ديال غدا تكون مختلفة عن البيانات اللي تعلمت منها المشين learning, and the machine learning is not going to do a very good job. It's not going to generalize well. لكن في المقابل إلى هذا المشين learning تعلمات patterns from the data، هذا لا يعني بأن machine learning is going to do a very good job either. تقدر machine learning do make mistakes. وهذا هو الدليل بأن إذا أعطيتي لولدك هاد الطوي هذه of course غادي يخاف، ما غاديش يقرب ليها رغم أنها it's not harmful. It's actually a toy, it's a gift, but since it's red حمراء هذه حمراء the child is gonna stay. So the point I'm trying to make is with machine learning you always need to be careful of what you are going to get out of machine learning. يعني ماشي تلقى واحد المشين ليرنين يعطيك 70% ديال accuracy oh I'm great، ولا لقيتي واحد المشين ليرنين واحد الالغوريثم عطاك 90% accuracy yes that is great. That is not the case. ديك 90% you need to question it. Okay, don't believe or don't trust whatever accuracy that you are going to get, whatever performance of the model that you are going to get. كاين واحد المقولة جميلة جدا كتقول all models are wrong, but اسمته جورج واحد اسمته الصاحب ديالها هو جورج Box. It says all models are wrong but some are useful. الموديل هو عبارة عن مرآة للواقع. It's a matter of the bound truth. ماشي هو الواقع لكن هو مرآة الواقع، هو محاولة لتمثيل الواقع. Okay? So that is machine learning. أعطيكم واحد example بسيط جدا. عندي هنا I got some عندي مجموعة ديال الطلبة هنا في الروم، هما هادو اوكي. وعندي عندي واحد البروغرام اللي هو this is 15 weeks training program. عندي هاد مجموعة من الطلبة، والطلبة هادو كلهم كياخدوا على هذا البرنامج هذا. كلكم all of you are taking this program. وكلكم عندكم قدرات مختلفة. You have different capacities, different skills. عبد اللطيف يعني كيتعلم بالزربة. عبد السلام يعني is very slow. Asia, she learns by listening and applying some practice. Abbas, Ahmed, you guys, you learn differently. You learn the same program, but you learn it in a different way. وفي الآخر أنا غادي نهزم لكم واحد اللي غادي يمشي بريزنتني في السعودية. غادي نعلمكم كاملين. I'm gonna train you, all of you, on this program that is 15-week training program in data science. This is the program that we are using now, and they have many students. They got almost 4,000 subscribers in the program. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take only one student to represent me. واش هاد one student اللي غادي بريزنتيني انا واش كتظنوا بان غادي بريزنتيني 100%؟
No.
No.
Why? لقاش الا دار 100% يعني كيشبه لي يعني في الطول بالعرض بالحجم بالصوت بالصوره بالطريقه باش كنهضر يعني he has to present me 100%. So هذا representer is not going to be Mohammed Wani, is a representer of Mohammed Wani. So, and this one student who is going to represent me, I don't expect him to present me 100% because this is totally impossible. ما غاديش تلقى شي واحد اللي غادي يبريزنتي الواقع 100%. This is 100%. It's totally impossible. It's impossible. Of course, I would love to have someone to deliver the exact this training program to in the Middle East the same way I did. وهذا هو شكل ديال models ولا algorithms. عندنا بزاف ديال algorithms supervised and supervised supervised classification regression. They learn differently from the data, and every algorithm has its own characteristics. وكيحاولوا باش يبريزنتيو هذه هي الحقيقة. This is the truth. This is the reality. والطلبة الالغوريزم they learn the patterns, they learn كيتعلموا شي حاجة. وهاد الحقيقة هاد الرياليتي هذه أنا غادي نقسمها على 80% و 20% 20%. يعني عبد الصمد عبد اللطيف عبد الصمد آسيا all هاد الطلبة كاملين كيتعلموا غادي نعلمهم في 80% وغادي نتيستيهم. غادي نقول لهم اوكي تعلمتي اجي نجربك اشنو تقدر دير في هاد 20%. وغادي نشوف الستودنت اللي عنده واحد النسبة كبيرة ديال الريبريزنتيشن هو اللي غادي نختار وغادي نخلص عليه يمشي شي مؤتمر كاين في الميدل ايست اللي غادي يبريزنتيني. That is exactly machine learning and algorithms. All the algorithms, they are going to learn, but they learn differently. They try to learn from the reality في الواقع باش يحاولوا يمثلوا ذاك الواقع في المستقبل. Are you guys clear?
Yes.
Everybody, questions, concerns, please?
Yes, sir. I have a question. If you
Yes, sir. Please.
just about machine learning, how do we know if our machine learning is just memorizing our data, then learning the pattern? Is there some techniques for that, or?
Yeah, it's always one of the best technique is try test. So we are gonna train a model. I'm gonna train you on 80% of the program. غادي نعلمك 80 في 80%، وغادي نحتفظ على 21% باش نجربك واش غيتعلم ليها ولا لا. منين تعلمتي مثلا 80% I'm gonna test you. You could learn 80%. تعلمتي مزيان، رجعتي مزيان، حفتي مزيان. You could do 100%. مزيان تعلمتي مزيان 80%. ولكن منين جربتك في 20% عطيتيني غير 60%. So this is not good. So this is very good in the 80%, but you are doing very bad at the 20%. That is one way of determining if the model learned the patterns of the data or the model memorized the data itself. Is testing why you learn. أنا قبل ما نصيفتك الميدل ايست to present me, I gotta test you. أنا ماشي حمق نعلمك نقول لي I'm 100% done. Say okay let's go. ومنين تمشي الميدل ايست وتحشمني تماك ولا يعني just an example. أنا أعطيكم دابا غير مثال باش تفهموا كيفاش هذا المشين learning works. So I got to test you. غادي نعطيك الفرصة باش تعلم، ومن غادي تعلم غادي نجربك. I'm gonna test you first. If everything goes fine عاد كنختارك، وغادي نحاول من نختار مثلا اخترت بادر هو the best. راه واخا بادر is the best راه كاين بزاف ديال الحوايج في بادر اللي نقدر انا ننميهم. I could work with Badr on so many things to improve his quality, his representation quality. هذا كتسمى optimization، كتسمى parameter tuning اللي غادي نتعلموا later في المشين learning. So هاد الشباب كامل كل واحد عنده دي techniques باش يتعلم من البروجرام ديالي، وهاد لي techniques يقدروا يتشابهوا يقدروا يختلفوا، وغالبا في واحد 60% انتم كاملين كتختلفوا في طريقة التعلم. متفقين معايا ولا لا؟
Yes.
So you have different skill set, different mechanism, different methods to learn from something. ولكن those techniques it can be improved. نقدر نعاونك وننميهم مزيان ونطورهم مزيان. انا ما غاديش نطورهم الدراري كاملين، غادي نختار the best اللي هو بادر في هذه الحاله هذه، وغادي نحاول نناقش معاه الطريقه باش يلقاه. وهذه هو مثلا بادر he did 90% of 80%، ومنين جربته في 20% he did 89%. So he's doing very good. الفرق انا غادي نهز بادر وغادي نحاول ننميه مزيان نوصلو 95%. عاد غادي نصيفطو انا الميدل ايست to represent me. That is exactly what we do with machine learning. In real life, when you have a problem, we are going to try as many machine learning techniques as possible, as many models as possible, and those models they learn differently. Some machine learning they learn using information, some machine learning they learn using probability, some machine learning they learn using errors, some machine learning they learn by simply calculating the distance or finding similarities and dissimilarities. And there is many machine learning how they learn from the data. So at the end of the day, I'm going to pick only one machine learning or one model. Sorry, one is called model, not machine learning. Machine learning is a general term. Is we are going to pick one model that learned the best, learned better patterns from the data, and that one model there was always going to be a room for improvement through optimization, parameter tuning, and finally is going to be the one is going to represent me in Middle East. Okay, that is machine learning. So and that difference between machine learning and again the machine learning and programming is traditional programming we have the program. It could be simply a script or a small software, and we are going to get the data, and then we are going to get an output. We got an output, a label, a class. So for machine learning, we got the data and we got the output. We got the data in the data that we use for the auto insurance. If you guys remember when I labeled the features, we have blue features and we have a one green feature. So the blue feature is the data, and the green is the target variable. So we have the data, we have the target variable, and we are going to use machine learning to learn a pattern. Program is a pattern. So I'll give you, this is a very good example. It's an analogy how this machine learning works in general. So please bear with me. So you are now you've been hired as data scientist. يعني في واحد الغابة كاين واحد اللبوءة شارفة يعني ما قادرش تصيد not anymore. و she hired you يعني انت كديب ولا كتعلب she hired you to find praise باش نلقى هاد الضحية ديالها. That is a business problem. So you got a problem that this lioness cannot hunt anymore. So they hired you as the fox to help the lioness, survive. شنو كدير انت؟ The first thing you gotta do as a fox is you need to understand everything that is related to the jungle. خصك تعرف بعد الغابة شنو فيها، عدد الأشجار، عدد الحيوانات، التضاريس ديالها، واش فيها الأنهار، يعني المساحة ديالها. خصك تعرف you got to know everything about this jungle. أو منين غيتعرف يعني بتعبير آخر خصك تفهم المشكل، وخصك تفهم requirement ديال المشكل، وتفهم جميع يعني the small units of the problem. عاد كتسول لاينس كتقول لها ممكن تعطيني البيانات ديال داكشي اللي صيدتي 10 سنين هادي، امتى، الحجم ديالهم، شحال يعني تعطيني بالديت. مثلا in the last 10 years I need a detailed information of every prey that you had in the past. وتقدر تقول لي مثلا النوع ديال البراي، الحجم ديالها، امتى صيدتيها، واش في الصباح واش في العشيه، امتى صيدتيها، واش في الويك دايز ولا الويكاندز، امتى صيدتيها، واش كاين الشتاء ولا كاين الشمس، امتى فين صيدتيها، واش في شجره تحت شجره، واش في open space ولا في الجبال ولا في. So I need you to give me all this information and give me for the last 10 years. You as a scientist, then you are going to do some descriptive analytics. تعطيك البيانات أنت then you are going to take this data and you are going to ask this data some questions. When this happened, how this happened, why this happened, who was involved in this, when it happened. So you are going to ask some questions in the format of when, where, how, who, what. And you keep asking this data to get some information, to get some insight. منين غيتهز دوك الانسايت عاد انت غادي دير prediction. Then now you learned what happened in 10 years in the historical data 10 years. Then you are going to use whatever you learned in that 10 years to predict what is going to happen tomorrow. So منين جيتي انت منين حصلتي على الخدمة you are going to spend time understanding the problem. Then you'll be given data, 10 years of the data. And of course you need to explore that data using exploratory data analysis, data visualization. You are going to use also statistical analysis, descriptive analytics. كاين بزاف ديال الطرق اللي تقدر تستعمل باش تفهم شنو واقع لك بديك البيانات. of course you need to fix quality problems of the data. So after that, then we are going to use prediction. Now we are ready. Of course, in this part, we are going to use machine learning to learn a pattern, and we are going to use that pattern to make some prediction. ومنين غادي نهزو واحد الموديل منين كنديروا الماشين learning, we are going to find the best model. How do you determine the best model? There are many factors: the complexity of the model, the time complexity of the model, the requirement of the model, the also the strength, the scalable of the model. كاين بزاف ديال factors you can use to determine if the model is best or not the best. But at the end, you are going to use only one model, and of course, one of the measurements that you could use for the model, if it's classification, is the accuracy. But again, don't trust the accuracy, because the model could make a mistake. It's similar to the analogy that I shared with you earlier of a child that learned patterns from touching a candle. That child, if he learns the patterns, he's going to stay away from anything that is red, that is bright and red, regardless if it's harmful or if it's a tie for a gift, for a birthday gift. So دابا عندنا الموديل، and غادي نهزو داك الموديل وغادي ندير له optimization. So we are going to take that. We could do optimization along the learning, but I would rather wait until the end, and I'm going to optimize this model. Optimization is simply change the parameters. So this is optimization. Is finding the straight line to the prey. ومنين غادي يكون عندنا واحد best model with the best parameters through optimization، عاد غادي نديرو الoptimization، الautomation. غادي نبني واحد trench، يعني الخندق، وداك الخندق غادي نديرو فيه هذاك اش كتسمى بالعربيه اللي كيشدوا كيصيدوا بهم traps، والله ما عرفت. That's it. This is your life. هذه حياتك as data scientist. This is what you'll be doing all your life as data scientist. You got the problem. You are going to spend time understanding the requirement. Then you are going to require historical data. Get the historical data, prepare it, pre-process it. Use some machine learning to learn a pattern. Use the pattern to predict the future. Then that one model for prediction should be optimized. Then automate. وهنا كتكمل الخطورة ديال هذا المشين ليرنين، لأن الحاجة اللي تقدر ديرها لي أنت في شهرين بواحد الثمن معين وبالأكيورسي قليل، أنا غادي ندير الأوتوميشن 5 minutes I'm gonna get the result. يعني الخطورة ديال المشين ليرنين لأنك كتسرق في إعلان المشين ليرنين، راه كتسرق الوظائف ديال البشر. غير اما انت تعلم داتا ساينس ماشين ليرنين ولا واحد النهار تلقى راسك out of the market. يعني الا بغيتي تسرفايف, if you want to survive for tomorrow's job markets, you got to learn data science. والا غادي يوقع لك هاد automation وما غاديش, يعني الحاجه اللي تقدر ديرها انت راه غادي ديرها المشين ليرنين. راه سمعتوا بهذا تشات جي بي تي راه دار بوم هنا في امريكا وفي العالم كامل, والناس خايفين منه وغادي يمشي الوظائف. وهذه البارح قريت واحد ارتيكل لقينا في الجزيره دوت نت مع الحوار مع بيل جيتس على هذا تشات جي بي تي. واش غادي يسرق منا الوظائف؟ يا ممكن. انت ما تسناش حتى داك الحادثه توقع. You got to prepare yourself from now. You got to learn data science. You got to get prepared. Regardless if you are looking for a job or no, it does not matter, but you need to upgrade yourself with data science technologies. وإلا من غادي يكون automation, they are not going to need you. They are not going to need you. الحاجة اللي تقدر ديرها أنت ولا ديرها 10 ديال الناس معنا هنا في شهرين, تقدر دير واحد المشين ليرنين في 5 دقائق. or accuracy ديال the machine learning better than 10 employees doing the same thing or working on the same thing for 2 months or 3 months. Any questions, concerns, please? Any questions, concerns, please? الفخاخ يس أنس ترابس يا بالإنجليزية ترابس فخ بالعربية. أنا فغادي نديرو الفخ ولكن أنت غادير الفخ حتى كتعلم النوع ديال الفخ وفين غادي ديرو وشنو هي الكاركتيرستيك ديال الفخ. عاد ديك الساعة من كتعلم الفخ كتعلمو من هيستوريكال داتا وكتعلمو من المشين ليرنين ديالك. عاد انت كتزدك الفخ وكتزيد فيه شويه الحجم كتقلو كتنقص منه عاد كديرو في المناطق الحساسه ديال الغابه وكتسنى. يعني في قبل ما نستعمل المشين ليرنين كانت هاد اللاينز كتجري عاد كتشد واحد. then a lot of effort than one prey. دابا ملي غادي نديرو المشين ليرنين it is going to be machine learning here and of course العكس يعني machine learning غتشد لينا 10 5 ضربة واحدة. that is the manually doing things versus machine learning doing things for us. Manually we got many efforts, one outcome. In machine learning one effort, many outcomes. Okay, so how does this machine learning learn? كيفاش هذا المشين learning كيتعلم؟ كاين بزاف ديال الطرق but this is the most common method. اولا كنهزو البيانات اللي عندنا historical data. We take the historical data and we are going to split them. كنقسمهم على 80% على جوج الأقسام 80%. and I probably know this اللي عنده اللي ديجا worked on a project they know this. So we are going to split the data into 80% and 20%. of 80% كتسمى training data set. of 20% كتسمى test data set. إلا شفتوا دابا training data set شوية يعني كبيرة شوية على test data set. كنهضر على الفيتشرز ولكن 80% 20%. الفرق اللي كاين وهو في ال 80% we got x1 x2 x3 x4 and we got the y. عندنا target variable. of 20% we got x1 x2 x3. ما عندناش الواي كنخبيوها ما كنعطيوهاش للمشين ليرنين. على اي حال so for the 80% which is called training set we are going to apply machine learning. we are going to apply an algorithm. غادي نعطيوها واحد child غادي نقول لي go and learn patterns, learn something from this 80%. وداك child غادي يجيب لنا واحد الفورم واحد mathematical statistical model عبارة عن an equation. ولكن we don't know how good or how bad. باقي ما عرفناش واش داك ال patterns that was learned from 80% is good or bad. okay غادي نهزو هاد البارن هذا وغادي نتيستيو على 20% without giving it the y. غادي نخبي ال y. غادي نتيستيوه. هاد المشين learning is going to create our y كتسمى ال y hat ولا ال predicted target variable. ومن هاد predicted target variable غادي نقارنوها مع ال actual target variable. if we have a good accuracy then we are good to go. Okay, that is how machine learning learns from the data, and this is only one way. So we split our data in 80% and 20%. We apply machine learning 80%. We learn a pattern, but because we don't know how good that pattern is, we are going to apply it on 20%. And 20% we are not going to give all the data to the machine learning. We are going to give all the features except the target variable. We are going to hide the target variable. And when we test the model that we learned in 80% and 20%, that model is going to create its own target variable, its own class. It's called class hat ولا y hat. وغادي نقارنوا هاد الواي هات هذه اللي الموديل استخرجها لنا من البيانات، غادي نقارنوها مع الواي اللي عندنا اوريدي اللي خبينا عليه، وغادي نشوفوا يعني اوجه التشابه. الا كانت متشابك 100% يعني the model is doing a very good job. ولكن of course the model is going to make some mistakes. They are called mispredictions. Are you guys clear?
Sir.
Yes.
Based on what we can split the data. For example, if we have the temperature data for 10 years.
Is randomly. بشكل عشوائي. Okay.
Thank you.
أنا غادي نجيب لكم البيانات اللي عندنا اللي استعملنا في البروجرام. Just give me a second. Then I will show you what I mean by a random split. Okay, so this is the data that we use. هذه هي البيانات اللي استعملنا. وفعلا ماشي هذا this is not the this is the raw data. يعني هذا هما البيانات كاملين. And we got the target variable. Excuse me. Okay. لنفترض, just let's assume that this is all the data that we have. احنا نفترضوا بأن هذه هي البيانات اللي عندنا. Okay, let's assume this is all the data that we have. Sorry guys. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, لنفترض this is all our data. This is 6 million records. 6 million ستة المليون ديال records. Okay. Said Elgomi, are you clear? No.
Yes, sir, yes.
No, it's
sir.
not Anas, it's not time series. It's not time series. Okay? It's not time series. So what we gotta do is randomly we are gonna split this data into 80% and 20% randomly بشكل عشوائي. غادي نقسموا هاد البيانات إلى 20%. This is random. So this is our 80% and this is our 20%. This 80% is called training set. هذه كتسمى test set. Okay. غادي نبنيو models, algorithms, let's say models, and add 20%, 80%. وهذا الموديل it is gonna learn the mathematical relationship between the blue and the green. هاي تعلم لنا العلاقات الرياضية لما هو يعني يعني البلو and green function كتسمى f y equal f of x. This is the function that this model is going to learn from هذه البيانات هذه اللي كلها هي رياضيات. But we don't know yet how good that هذه الفانكشن هذه هي اللي كنسميوها احنا البارن.
ماشي لا يلزمني السابقه ولا ما يحتاج جهه الرباط صافي.
إدريس يا درام أشدنا على الرباط ولا مكنس الله يجزيك بخير be quiet. Okay, so we got this is the patterns that we learned. دابا غادي نجربوا هاد الباترنز في هاد 20%. باش نجربوها حنا غادي نخبيو هاد target variable is called the y. غادي نخبيو الموديل، غادي نخبيو من هاد الموديل هذا، ومني غادي نتيستيو هاد 20% في هاد الموديل. هاد الموديل غادي يكري لنا واحد الكولوم كتسمى predicted target variable. هذاك predicted target variable غتكون عنده 0 حتى هو 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 etc. هذا كتسمى الواي هات. وحنا دابا غادي نقارنو ما بين الواي هات والواي، نشوفوا اوجه التشابه واوجه الاختلاف. إلا كان هاد الواي هات يساوي الواي then the model is doing a very very good job. ولكن 90% ما غاديش يكون يعني غادي يكون واحد الاختلاف في شي ريكوردز. سعد القوم are you clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, other questions please? Yes, we could use cross validation. You could use left one and cross validation. There are many methods that you could use to evaluate the goodness of the model. But the هالطريقة هذه كتسمى this method is called test. It's called test. Sorry, it's called train split test. Sorry, train test split. Train test split methodology or method. ماشي غير هي الوحدة اللي كاينة بزاف ديال الأنواع، ولكن maybe it could be one of the best. So if everything goes fine, so when we learned a model from our 80% and we test that model on 20% and we are happy, عاد نقدروا نديرو في production. We could apply it into production. We could implement it into production. Okay? Questions, concerns, please.
Just out of curiosity, I mean, are there any cases where we don't get any pattern from the data? I mean, there is any relationship in the data, and how we do and how we manage with it?
Very good question. Yes, most of the time, and sometimes you are not going to get any pattern from the data. And if that is the case, what do you think you should do? إلى يعني خدام project مع شركة كبيرة, then you spend time understanding the problem, you spend time understanding the data, you spend time preparing, pre-processing the data, you got very beautiful data set. منين استعملتي المودلز you did not get anything. أشنو تقدر تدير? What do you think you should do? Okay.
Maybe asking for more data, the business data.
Ask for what?
asking for more data.
If you ask me for more data, I'm gonna fire you.
No, check the data.
إذا سولتيني على أعطيني البيانات أخرى غادي نجري عليك. Why؟ غادي نجي نقول لك أنا في 6 شهور وأنا كنتسناك وأعطيك البيانات وكيفاش طايق فيك وكيفاش دابا بغيت نطيق فيك نزيدك البيانات أخرين. Asking for data is the last آخر حاجة تقدر تقولها للشركة هو give me more data. Okay, there are so many things that you need to check. أنا غادي نوريكم واحد الدياغرام اللي درتو للطلبة ديالي اللي واخدين عليها 3 week program. This is what you should do. Just give me, let me see. Yeah, I think, yeah. So, when you build a model, and the model is not working as you expect, or you did not get any pattern, يمكن ربما درتي شي خطأ على ال data level. You had the wrong size, you got a wrong sampling, you maybe used train test split, you should use cross validation or holdout method. There are many methods. Maybe your target variable was imbalanced or not normally distributed. Maybe your assumptions, you did not meet the assumptions. So you gotta check something at the data level. You could check something at the analytical approach level. Maybe you are doing predictive analytics while you should only do descriptive analytics. Maybe you are using wrong model. Maybe you should use classification, regression instead of classification, or you should use unsupervised learning rather than supervised learning. That is model, checking the performance of the model at the model level. Maybe you need to check some of the pre-processes techniques that you applied. Maybe you remove the outliers while you should keep them. Maybe you wrongly misdealt, you misdealt with missing values. You factorize, maybe you normalize, you transform wrongly. So that is checking the performance of the model at the process level. Maybe you are using defaulted parameters. Those parameters these parameters they are called intermediate learning level or middle learning level. So maybe you should use some grid search or random search to find some optimization. Maybe you are actually having a great model, but you are using a wrong measurement method. Or maybe you are actually misunderstood the problem itself. عادي إلا ما عجبكش إلا عيتي then ask for more data. ما تسويش على more data في الوهلة الأولى. Do your work, do your homework. You need to try to fix the performance of the model at many levels before you get exhausted. من تعيا هتقول لهم this is the problem. I need more data. Okay, are you guys clear? Mehdi, are you clear? You cannot ask for more data for the first shot. Mehdi, are you clear? Good. This is what is happening, in these algorithms. So we got machine learning algorithms اللي هي عبارة عن خوارزميات رياضية كنهزو training data اللي هي 80% وعندنا target variable اللي كتسمى الجراوند تروث ليبل. هذه هي الحقيقة. مثلا هاد let's hide this. مثال بسيط. الحقيقة بأن هاد الكلاينت هذا the client has a fraudulent case. هذه حقيقة ثابتة. We cannot change it. The second client has fraudulent case. The third client has a legitimate case, fraudulent, legitimate. So we got some ground truth label. This data here is a reality. هي الواقع. هي الشيء اللي وقع عندنا 10 سنين اللي فاتت. So we are going to split this data into 80% and 20%. 80% شنو عندنا؟ عندنا الاكس، عندنا الفاريبلز، عندنا the target variable. And we are going to learn a pattern. We are going to learn the patterns or parameters or a signal or a relationship, correlation. We are going to learn something. وده something that we learn, we are going to test it on 20%. غادي نرجع something وغادي نضربوه في غادي يعني apply it to the x only of the 80%, of the 20%. Then we are going to get a label. Label here is simply a representative. Okay? And two popular questions that ممكن تسول or ممكن يسولوك is how do we determine if the best model is using a runtime complexity? How much time does it cost for an algorithm to run? Yes, 20%. Amina, thank you. And the memory complexity. That's how you determine. If you could get a model that is تقدر تلقى شي موديل كيعطيك دائما 90% ولكن كي ياخذ لك 5 أيام باش يكمل ولا 5 سوايع ولا غير 25 minutes. That is a lot. We need a machine learning that makes decision right and the fly. Questions, please? Questions, concerns? You guys, you need to talk. You need to interact with me so I know that we are on the same page.
Sir.
Yes.
For the runtime complexity and memory complexity, نقدر نقولوا أنها نسبية. It's relative because مثلا قبل كنا ممكن نقولوا runtime راه كبير وكي كونسومين وهو memory consuming لحقاش الميموري اللي عندنا في السيستم كانت يعني متوسطة. اما دابا ممكن نجيبوا يعني دي زالغوريثم اللي كيكونسوميو هما ميموري كونسومينغ ولكن الريسورسز اللي كاين دابا مثلا في 2023 ماشي هما اللي كانوا في 2020.
صحيح
يعني هادشي كيبقى نسبي
ولكن هادشي كيتعلق بالشركه اللي خدام عندها انت. اوكي الشركه اللي انت خدام عندها غير لابتوب. اللي عندها غير لابتوب ماشي اللي عندها سيرفر. اللي عندها سيرفر ماشي اللي عندها 4 servers they are working together.
But you found a model that is acting perfectly. So maybe we need to talk with them to have more sophisticated servers or laptops.
So if you have let's say that you talk to them and they have now 5 servers. They all connect. They are working together. We are gonna run. Let's say we are gonna run 20 models. وكلهم كيعطيوك 90% 90% accuracy. شكون فيهم اللي غادي تاخذ؟
less consuming.
يعني دابا قارناهم using the accuracy. دابا غادي نقارنهم using runtime and run memory. إلا كان الفرق غير 0.00 minutes I'm gonna take it. Right?
Yes.
نسبي ولكن في المقارنة بالواقع اللي عندنا it's not gonna be نسبي.
Yes, I think we should say that we will choose the optimal one.
Here we go. That is the point I was trying to make.
Thanks.
نعم هذا runtime memory complexity is نسبي ولكن غادي نقارنوا هاد المودلز اللي بنينا غادي نقارنوهم حسب المعطى اللي عندنا احنا. عندنا 5 servers they run with the XYZ memory, hard disk, CPU, GPU, TPU, whatever it does use they use for computation. Then once we compare the models using the accuracy, we need to compare them using runtime, using memory complexity.
Sir, sorry, but the point is that we should be aware of that, and I think there is a step in the designers understanding which talk about deployment. All right, so we need to think about that in the deployment.
That is right. Yeah. Okay. أنا في 2017 كانت درت واحد الانترفيو مع واحد الشركة كاينة في فلوريدا وهاد الشركة هادي شنو كيديروا كي ابروفيو كريديت كارد. مثلا انت كتدخل اونلاين كتعمر واحد الفورم ديال الكريديت كارد وكتصيفطو وهاد الشركة هادي بغات شي واحد اللي غادي يصنع ليهم ولا يطور ليهم واحد الالغوريثم. The algorithm is gonna take a decision instantly. من كدير submit you are gonna get either approve or deny. لكن if the system did not approve your application داك السيستم ما خصهمش يفرطوا فيك. خصهم يبيعوك لشي شركة أخرى ديال credit cards اللي عندها less parameters and you have to do it in less than a minute. أنا بغيت واحد الموديل اللي غادي يعطيني الأكوريسي لأن أنت ما عندكش وقت باش تستنى 10 دقائق ولا 20 دقيقة عاد باش نقول لك approved or denied. So we need to do a model with the highest accuracy. Model with the highest accuracy, a model with less runtime and less memory consumption. That's a simple example of how important it is and to design a model not only at the accuracy level but in running time, the speed of the model and also the memory consumption of the model. Okay. Skip. So we are going to have three. This is how you test the accuracy of the model. Is number one, we are going to have to split our data at least into 2 parts, but sometimes you are going to split data into 3 parts. Training data. This is the data that we are going to use 80%. That we are going to use to train, to learn, to explore, to learn the parameters, and we are going to put add 10% of this 20%, 80% to validate the if you are using many models to validate the models. And once we have one model, then we are going to test that one model on test data, which is 20%. Okay, we're going to skip this. it's a lot of information. So these are all the models that you are going to learn from the My 30-week program. أنا عندي برنامج من 8 شهور. يعني you are going to learn factor analysis, damage reduction, PCA, chronalized PCA, LDA, then supervised learning classification. You are going to learn decision tree, naive Bayes, logistic regression, support vector machine, chronalized support vector machine, K nearest neighbor, then regression, multiple linear regression, simple linear, multiple linear, polynomial, lasso, ridge, elastic net, decision tree, random forest. Then we move into stacking and ensemble method. We learn random forest, bagging and boosting, gradient boosting, ADA boost, XG boost, light boost. Then we are going to move into clustering analysis with k-means clustering and HCA, some other clustering. Then we are going to move into anomaly detection, then pattern, search, association rules, A/B testing, recommender system, text time series analysis, NLP, neural net, and that's it for the program. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Of course, I'm not going to go through this. This is a lot of information. And tomorrow, we are going to definitely start using some of the things that we learned today into building the first algorithm, and that is decision tree. NLP used by chatbot, used by scene applications. Chatbot is the newest and most advanced application that has been designed so far. Come here. Yeah. Come on. It's my cat. Okay, folks, any questions? Questions, concerns, please? Any question, concerns? Okay, folks, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, you guys have a great evening. And bye, everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a nice day.
Recording stopped.